Good evening, everyone, and welcome in once again to the Milford Informer. I am Tim Coet. As I mentioned at the close of last week's show, we've spent the last few weeks assembling a more lengthy news piece for you. Let's get right to the details on that and the rest of what we have coming up as we present this week's Top Stories Rundown. Tonight, we'll provide an extended look at the Milford High School Hospitality and Tourism Management Program and the opportunities it's been providing for local students. And later in sports, we've got a weekly recap for the MHS basketball teams, including highlights of the boys against Foxboro and the girls against Hopedale. After extensive research and planning, Milford High School launched a new vocational program during the 2014-15 school year. The program was the first of its kind in the Milford School District, mixing classroom instruction with on-the-job training for students interested in pursuing a career path in the hospitality industry. In order to show the community the growth this program has made over the last 3 years and the impact the program has had on the past and present students, we put together the following mini documentary on the Milford High School Hospitality and Tourism Management Program.
The Hospitality and Tourism Management Program started 3 years ago, and this began as a result of an application that we had been discussing with the Department of Education to become a Chapter 74 school. And so a Chapter 74 school is a school that can offer vocational and technical programs. And so we had done some research with the students and in the community to see what opportunities there might be for our students and what kind of interest there might be in beginning a program in hospitality and tourism management. Over time, we began the process of completing a very lengthy application for the Department of Education. So there was many different parts to it. There was parts that the central office had to complete. There were parts that the high school had to complete. Our guidance director, Mr. Bayonne, had to complete. And so we submitted our application, and in tandem with that, we began talking to the students. We had assemblies explaining what the program would be like. Mrs. Maloney, who has done an outstanding job in this as the coordinator of the program, along with Mr. DiGilinardo, they had some assemblies with students. We had assemblies with parents. Dr. Tremblay, who's our former superintendent, was very involved in this process as well. And we identified our business partners. So we began with the Doubletree by Hilton. They became our first business partner, and not too long thereafter, Atlas Travel became a business partner, and Courtyard by Marriott. And so these folks came to the school. They met with our students, met with parents, talked about what the opportunities would be for the students who are in the program to actually have field experience at these two hotels, and as well as Atlas Travel. So we put out information cards to our students, and there was a lot of interest among the student body. We had interviews, and after a process, we evolved with the first class of hospitality and tourism management students. And those students are currently freshmen in college now. In fact, we just had one of the students come back and do a presentation last week because Kate Rosenblatt, she's on break from the University of New Hampshire. So she came back and she did a presentation for our current students on how being a part of the Hospitality and Tourism Management Program helped her in her studies at the collegiate level with her intended major in business, and she is very interested in going into the hospitality and tourism management field and is majoring in business. So it's been an outstanding opportunity for our students.
Hi, my name is Katie Maloney, and I'm one of the hospitality and tourism management teachers here at Milford High School. The process was really, what did we want the program to be like? We went and visited some of the other high schools in the area that have this type of program. They're all vocational schools. And we met with some of the teachers there and some of the administrators there to see what we needed to do to prepare ourselves for it. Worked with Massachusetts Department of Education to make sure that we had all of the appropriate things that we needed for the program. And then went out and worked with some of the local hotels and Atlas Travel as well, so that we could start organizing the internships for the students. So we started with the Doubletree. The Doubletree Hotel here in Milford was our first partner. Then we partnered with Atlas Travel, and then the following year we added the Courtyard by Marriott.
Hi, my name is Gianni Salvio-Macchia. I am sales manager here at the Doubletree by Hilton, Boston Milford. And I help out with the Milford High School students in their HGM program. We start kind of behind the front desk and work our way through each department, and that kind of lets them know a little taste of everything. I wish we had a little bit more time to spend on every department, but we kind of give them a taste to let them know an overview. They do everything from learning how to check people in, to making beds, to setting up for banquets, everything that has to go with hospitality and what we do here at a full-service hotel.
My name is Joey Tutela. I'm the general manager of the Courtyard Marriott here in Milford. I've been with Marriott International for 28 years. I worked with this program up in the Merrimack Valley with the Lowell Regional Technical High School for many years. And they would send their students over, and it was very successful. We ended up hiring the best of the best in talent for students who were really looking at hospitality as a career progression for themselves. We find that we were able to recruit some of the best of the students, and it gives the students a chance to really get a feel for if this is really what they want to do. They get to work in food and beverage, the front desk, housekeeping, engineering, and all different facets. And we've been able to recruit some really good talent, and the feedback we get from the students on what they learn when they come through has been really good.
Bringing a brand new program into a high school, such a large high school, we're just now seeing that the program is being recognized within the high school. The first couple of years, a lot of people weren't sure what the program was and what it entailed, but now that our students are really out there in the community and out there in the school, a lot of other students are noticing and realizing what the program really is, and that it does exist here. And the students that we've been getting who have applied to the program, the first year, nobody knew what it was. They were the guinea pigs. They took a chance with us and they said, this sounds interesting and it sounds like something I want to do, so let's give it a shot. And so they everything that they did was new, just as well as everything that we did was new. And then each year it gets a little bit easier, a little bit more set. We are pretty good. We're aware that we're going to constantly be changing and molding it to what the students need and what the industry needs as well, and what our partners are looking for. But each class that comes in has more knowledge of what the program entails, more ideas of what they want out of it, and they are getting out into the community more, and the community is recognizing the program as well.
I've enjoyed this program because we've learned a lot about the hospitality and hotel business. We have our internships at the Courtyard, and for the juniors it's at the DoubleTree, so it's get the real world experience. And I just like how the classroom environment is.
I've enjoyed this program because it's opened a lot of opportunities to everyone, of course. It's helped us open our eyes to this industry, because usually people would think that, the hotel industry is just the people that you see in the front, but actually when you go to look at it, it's actually a lot more.
From all the field trips we go on to like Nick said, the internships for me at the DoubleTree and then for them at the Courtyard. But yeah, overall it's a great experience.
In the classroom, we have a regular curriculum that we follow based on what the Massachusetts Department of Education requires for career and vocational programs. And so we learn a lot about customer service and guest service and communication, hotels and restaurants, food and beverage, event planning, everything that falls under the hospitality industry, that they can learn business management, but with a focus on hospitality, which is a really fun industry to be a part of. That's what we do here in the classroom, so that basic curriculum. We work with other schools here in Milford, as well as with the high school, and we do event planning. So we work with the foreign language department to plan welcome events for all of our exchange students that come in. So the hospitality and tourism management students will organize those events. We also work with some of the other schools. We've worked with Stacy Middle School and the Stacy Middle School Color Run, and we've worked with Woodland. We did the Woodland Farewell when the old school closed last year. And we also have the opportunity to work with the administrators here at Milford High School and organize events like the Milford High School Prom Fair that we had recently.
Being in this program actually helped me because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I didn't know if I wanted to go into hospitality. The idea of it was kind of weird at first. But I don't know if sports marketing has to do with it, but the marketing part does, I know for a fact, because we worked with Atlas and the marketing piece for the Atlas Travel Fair last year, and like I kind of like the whole like marketing and like putting things together, and like I'm kind of into sports, not that I play any, but so I kind of keep up with it. So it'd be cool if I went into like sports marketing. Only I feel like I wouldn't have never like thought about doing anything like that if I wasn't taking this program.
And with this program, we get to go to different like places, and like we went for HTM1, we go to the DoubleTree Hotel, and last time we went, we got trained to like clean rooms and inspect them. So we get to like learn like how people actually work in the hospitality industry.
I like more of the event side of the whole industry. So this program has allowed me to plan so many events for the community, and it has allowed me to learn and experience things because I would like to be an event planner, possibly in the future.
Some really like to deep dive into sales and marketing, and that's kind of like what we'd like to focus on with them, individuals that like sales and marketing and events. Others like food and beverage. We've hired one of the students that just loves the bistro and does a great job with the guests in the bistro. We have another associate that works for us that works in laundry and is a pool attendant, and she loves the rooms department. So it's been really successful for the hotel on that end of it. But we've been able to tweak it based on what they really want to learn. And when they come in, they can kind of mirror what they're learning in school and tie it hands-on into a hotel program. So if they're learning about hospitality and certain aspects at the class level, we can tie it into real time here at the hotel and show them how we take care of our customers when they come to the Milford Courtyard.
What happens is I see the transformation of the first day they walk in to kind of coming out of their shell and really different personalities that each of the students have and how they bring different things to the table. It's kind of cool to show them, kind of to see what people or the kids think we do here, and then to see them kind of, even an everyday thing that's we do every day. They're like, really interested, and it kind of gives me my passion back for hospitality and what I do. The tasks, day-to-day tasks.
I was talking to a student who's at UMass right now, and she was telling me UMass has a very large hospitality and tourism management major, and she was telling me that she is the only freshman who has been invited to be a student ambassador in the program, and it's because she was in the hospitality and tourism management program here.
We had our first graduating class last year, 2016. And we had several students go into hospitality management at area schools, at area four-year universities and colleges. So they've gotten that opportunity. We've also had students who gain part-time jobs with our partners. So we've had students who have worked for the DoubleTree, for the Courtyard, and for Atlas Travel. They've had summer jobs, and they're able to come back during school vacations and work there, and they're able to get their foot in the door with the industry that they want to be in.
Honestly, coming into high school, I was dead set on going to school to be an engineer, but now that I've been in this program for 6-7 months, I've really opened my horizons to what I really want to do, and honestly, I'm thinking about going to school now for hospitality or something in the field.
I've always liked business and like the aspect of running my own business, so when I heard you can join a class that you can help run your own hotel, I was just like all for it. So took a dip in it, and I just like it.
I saw this as an opportunity, of course. So over the summer, I've been taking action with a landscaping service, and it's helped me a lot of this class because I've been able to talk to my guests or my customers in a more professional manner. I've learned how to have leadership skills, so it's been really good.
I definitely did not consider like hospitality. I didn't really know much about it, but now that I'm in this class, that's definitely one of my options. I mean, I haven't really like picked anything. I don't know, I haven't been looking, but hospitality is definitely one of my options now because of this class.
There's a huge change from when they come in as a junior till when they graduate as a senior. Their professionalism definitely rises throughout the 2 years. And they also, a lot of them have never worked with each other before or been in classes with each other before. So a lot of different personalities come in and they learn how to work with each other, which is so important for when they go out into college or the workforce. And because you're always going to be dealing with different personalities. So they learn very quickly how to deal with different personalities and how to work together. And so you see the transition as a professional and as a group as well. So you see it individually and as a group.
We have a waiting list for the program now. So in our third year now, as much as we would love to be able to offer multiple sections, right now we have our teacher and our teacher's assistant. So we have right now, I believe there are still at least 20 students on the waiting list. So yes, there's been great interest, and many of the students are getting jobs too out of the program. So it's the program has served students who are college bound, students going to Johnson & Wales, UNH, UMass, different universities, but also some other students who were interested in going into the workforce. And those students have been able to secure full-time jobs at graduation from some of our business partners.
I never had something like that. I never knew I could do hospitality and be good at it. I wish I had a program like this when I was in high school. It would have been awesome.
It's really cool when the students are in college and reaching back out and saying, hey, things are going great. By the way, can you talk a little bit about to my peers about the program and what we did at your hotel? And I've had interviews with different college level students, asking about the hospitality field and questioning it. So as they finish college, we're going to want to look at those guys too to hire the best in class.
I wasn't a teacher before this. I spent a lot of time working in the hospitality industry. That's what I went to school for. And then I worked in the hospitality and travel industry for a very long time. And so I love this industry. The industry is such a fun industry, and I love being able to get the word out about what opportunities there are out there for these students.
Definitely take the opportunity. There's so many opportunities in this class. You get to go in and out of the classroom, and you get to learn things that people don't get to, and you get to get certifications at the end of this that will help you further in your career that other people won't have the opportunity to get.
The Scarlet Hawks basketball team is continuing to impress as they get deeper into their regular season. Last Friday night, the boys entered action as the top team in the Davenport division, and they look to hold on to that distinction as they welcomed in the second-place Foxboro Warriors. Let's get right to the highlights. The Milford boys took to the floor last Friday night looking to defend their spot atop the division standings. In order to remain in first place, the Hawks would need to take down the team who earned the Davenport division title last season in the Foxboro Warriors. The Warriors would waste no time getting on the scoreboard in this one. Off the opening tip, they'd get the ball ahead to their talented freshman Brandon Board, and Board would get the bucket just 4 seconds in to put Foxboro on top. On the Milford side, they would try to get Caden Kelly into the flow of the offense early on. Here, Zach Tamani sends a long pass a little too deep for Kelly to handle, and the junior would turn the ball over trying to dish the pass back outside. Kelly would have better luck on Milford's next possession. He bodies up against Foxboro captain Jermaine Few down low. Kelly misses on his first attempt but fights for the rebound and is able to get the second attempt to fall. Later in the quarter, Shane Cosquet uses active hands to pluck the ball away from Foxboro's Teddy Mayer. Cosquet aggressively takes the ball the other way and gets the soft touch off the glass to give Milford their first lead. Then it's back to Caden Kelly, who shows off a couple of nice moves to the basket, helping to establish a 10-5 Hawks advantage. It would be a 10-7 score in the closing seconds of the first, when both sides would have an opportunity to knock down a last-second basket.
7 seconds left to go in the quarter. That one went by fast. Cosquet with the three. Misses the iron completely. Only backboard. Board with the half-court heave, and he makes it! Brendan Board from well past half-court. And that one might shift momentum. Now tied 10-10, and what a shot. What a shot.
Foxboro would look to build on that momentum to start the second quarter. Anthony Barrera would intercept the Milford pass and look to have an easy bucket, but Cosquet gets back and strips the ball cleanly to deny the layup. Moments later, Cosquet would use good court vision, threading a bounce pass between two defenders, and Zach Tamani would do the rest to put the Hawks up by 2. The two sides would continue to trade buckets as the second quarter went on. After free throws put the lead back on the Foxboro side, Milford would draw up a play to get their three-point specialist Nate Davila involved, and the senior would be true to give Milford a 15-14 lead. Then, after a 7-1 run gave Foxboro the largest lead of the half, Zach Tamani and his Star Wars-inspired footwear would net a pair of free throws to cut the deficit, and then Shane Cosquet would make a nifty move to the rim to bring it back to a 1-point game. In the closing seconds, Foxboro's Bobby Harrison would try and increase that lead after grabbing an offensive board, but Caden Kelly had other ideas.
Let's hope we keep it that way. You don't want anything getting out of hand as now Foxboro launches a three, and what a rejection by Caden Kelly. He came out of nowhere. Foxboro looked like they had the easy layup, but Caden Kelly with his big paw just came out of nowhere and swatted that one.
The score would stay at 21-20 Foxboro as the teams reached the half. After an uneven offensive effort through the first 2 quarters, Milford would turn up the heat as the second half got underway. Koskett bounces off some contact at midcourt, accelerates to the basket and gets 2. Now here's Koskett, loses his footing and gets the basket.
And I think he's going to say to all his friends, he meant to do that one, Tim.
Shane Koskett makes the steal. Good feed ahead to Davila. He gets the bucket. And again, Milford has the chance for the three-point play. A lot of contact away from the play as Clagg and Kelly came together. And meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, it's Arcudi who announces his presence late in this game with the 3-ball. Kelly long pass to White. White steps up for the 2, drains it. 6 different Scarlet Hawks would find their way on the score sheet in a third quarter that saw Milford explode for 25 points. Only 2 of those 25 belonged to Milford's leading scorer, Zach Tamani, but right off the opening possession of the fourth quarter, Tamani would create a turnover, and then he'd travel the length of the floor to get 2. Caden Kelly would then chip in a bucket to give Milford an even 10-point lead, but Foxboro was not ready to give up without a fight. After free throws brought them closer, Foxboro's Matt Rongione would wrestle the inbounds pass away from Milford, and he'd tip it to Jermaine Few, who would take it in for the uncontested layup to cut Milford's lead in half. With the score at 53-44 Milford, Kelly would find Shane Koskett cutting to the basket, and Koskett would finish. Shane Koskett would notch 7 points in the fourth quarter, including 5 of 6 from the line, en route to a career-high 19-point performance for the game. Zach Tamani would also contribute heavily to the fourth quarter effort, netting 9 of his 18 points. It was a 45-point second-half effort for the Scarlet Hawks, and that would be more than enough. Milford grabs their 4th league win and their 6th win overall as they defeat the Foxboro Warriors by a final score of 65-52. The boys were inactive for the bulk of this last week. They return to action tonight with a road matchup against the Sharon Eagles. Meanwhile, on Tuesday night, the Lady Hawks basketball team played the final game in their 4-game road trip as they traveled to North Attleboro to take on the Davenport Division leading Lady Rocketeers. Milford set the tone early, netting 19 first-quarter points. The Lady Hawks led by as many as 10 points in the third quarter and held a 1-point advantage with 90 seconds to play, but a key steal for North Attleboro, followed by a clutch free throw shooting in the final seconds, allowed the Lady Rocketeers to escape with a 51-45 win. The girls had little time to dwell on that loss as they returned to action just 24 hours later to host neighboring rival Hopedale in a non-conference tilt. Once again, let's go to the highlights. Milford and Hopedale entered into Wednesday's matchup in vastly different stages of development. Milford's upperclassman-heavy squad looks in position to contend for a division title this season, while the Lady Blue Raiders are comprised of mainly freshmen and sophomores trying to adapt to the speed of the varsity game. Even coming in on the second night of back-to-backs, Milford looked to have the clear edge right from the start. After Hopedale misfired on their opening possession, Milford uses their strong transition game to push the ball up the floor to captain Nicole Dahlgren, who lays it in to open the scoring. Milford's speed would continue to be the theme of the opening 8 minutes of play. As Kate Irwin gets the pass to the captain, Jill Burley, who floats it in the lane and gets 2. Hopedale able to advance the ball to the front court. Now a dangerous pass inside is tipped, and Milford is able to recover, so already a couple of turnovers. And now Maloney will push it up the floor, guarded closely by Dahlgren. Now active hands from Christine Pye. She gets the steal. And now the pass ahead to Irwin as Milford has just been a turnover machine defensively through these early minutes. Milford off of the free throw miss is able to wrestle away the ball. They set it up for Irwin, and she knocks down the 3. The Lady Hawks would open the game on a 12-0 run and would allow just a single made basket to Hopedale through the first quarter, taking a 15-3 lead in the process. Milford would enjoy similar success as the second quarter got underway.
Gets the bounce pass into Valenzola. They try to get the quick score off the inbounds, but Valenzola can't make the shot. Now here's Irwin again from three. This time she makes it. It's her second three-pointer of the night. Liskoff, the captain, intercepts. Pierre Gustavo pushes it up the floor, just tosses up a prayer and gets it to land. Now a chance for the three-point play. The bench counts down the shot clock down to 7 seconds. Someone will need to put it up. It's Liskoff for three, and she makes it. And now Pierre Gustavo launches the three. It's no good. She'll get another chance from two-point range and gets the bounce.
15 points scored in each of the first two quarters would send Milford into halftime with a 25-point lead. A combination of complacency out of Milford and sharper execution out of Hopedale would allow the visitors to enjoy their best stretch of the night coming out of the half. Sophomore Taylor Goldstein would come through with 8 points in a quarter, where the Blue Raiders outscored Milford 12-11, bringing the score to 41-17. Coach Dolliver would use his bench heavily as the fourth quarter began, and he would see some solid play from his subs down the stretch.
Milford with another offensive rebound. They reset it now for Liskoff, and they'll count it from three-point range. Lovely, the long outlet pass. She finds Julie Rabinowitz, and she gets her first points of the night here in the fourth quarter. Liskoff, quick pass into Julia Lovely, and she gets the layup. Under 90 seconds to play as here's Lobiser from the free throw line and gets it to rattle home. The whole Milford bench on their feet as Lobiser joins the rest of her teammates.
All 13 players on the varsity team got into the game, and every player was able to get on the score sheet. The Milford girls would cruise to victory over Hopedale, winning by a final score of 54-19. Coming up this Thursday, the MHS Parents for Music will be holding a paint night fundraiser. Come with a friend and enjoy an evening of artistic fun. The paint night will be held on Thursday, January 26th at Scioli's here in Milford, beginning at 7 p.m. You must register in advance if you'd like to attend. For more information, visit the Parents for Music Facebook page at facebook.com/parentsformusic. And here's an early heads up to parents. The Milford Public Schools Special Education Department will host an open house coming up on February 6th. The primary goal of the open house is to bring together all parents of special needs students in Milford to meet and network with special education faculty members. There will also be discussions about the possible addition of a Milford Parent Advisory Council. The Special Education Open House will be held on Monday, February 6th at the Teachers Resource Center inside Milford High School from 6:30 to 8 p.m. That is all the time we have for this week's show. We have another full week of basketball coverage coming up. It starts tonight with the girls taking on Sharon High School, and then next week we've got the boys cover taking on Oliver Ames on Tuesday night, and then it's back to the girls basketball team next Friday night as they take on the high-octane offense of Attleboro High School. Make sure you look out for full game coverage over on the Educational Channel as well as on YouTube, and of course you can expect full highlights right here next Friday. From all of us here at Milford TV, this is Tim Coet saying have a great week. So long, everybody.